Hello everyone, my name is Rishi Sawant. Today we are going to discuss about our project topic, that is intrusion detection system using Honeywords. This is the index page. Here we have covered the introduction part, proposed architecture, implementation, testing, result and conclusion. So let's start with the introduction. Disclosure of the password file is a severe security problem that has affected millions of users and companies. These recent events have demonstrated that the weak password storage methods are currently in place on many websites. We propose a new system to detect attack against hash password database. So the honeypot is one of the methods to identify occurrence of the password database breach. In this approach, the system purposely creates a decent passwords to lure the adversaries and detect a password disclosure without any loss of data. So the generation algorithm of Honeyword is used to detect an unauthenticated user. So Honeyword. What is Honeyword? Basically, it is the insertion of the false password associated with each user account. We store the real password and the honeywords in the same file. When an adversary gets the password list, he recovers many password candidates for each account and he cannot be sure about which one is genuine. In our system, honeywords are the passwords of other real users which are assigned randomly at the time of registration of a new user. So the honeyword generation algorithm is used in this project. The disclosure of the password file by using the password cracking technique is a severe security problem that has affected millions of users. Once a password file is stolen, it is easy to capture most of the plaintext password and it can be very difficult to protect our secure data from an unauthorized user. So the hashing method is going to use to protect the password by using some other complex mechanism. So this is the main terminology behind this project. These are the fake passwords, honeywords password we can say, and this is the true password. Propose architecture. So the user can register his account. After registration, the system generates the honeywords, that is the fake passwords. So after registration, the user can log in with his username and passwords and do and he can do his work. So hacker try to get the illegal access of the particular user. Honeychecker, Honeytech, this concept is used in our project. Honeychecker is basically used to check the login attempts which are done by the hackers. So we set here the conditions. After third attempt, Honeychecker tells to the system to notify the admin that the someone trying to get the illegal access of a particular user, so that admin take the appropriate action on it. So encryption method is used to uh, to encrypt the file which are used by the users. The next is proposed methodology. Proposed model is still based on the use of honeywords to detect the password cracking, password cracking. So instead of generating the honeywords and storing them into a password files, we suggest to take the benefit of existing password users as a honeyword. We propose to use the indexes that map to valid password in the system. So it is basically two-fold approach. This is the initialization part where we use the two password file f1 and f2 in the main server. So f1 store the real user's name. These are the user's name and these are the honey index sets. So the real index of this particular user is stored in this honey index set. So this is the f2 file, f2 password file. So f2 keep the index number and the corresponding hash of this hash of the password. So in this case, each entry in the table has a two elements. So here this is the real index of the particular users and these are the hash passwords. So honeychecker. So honeychecker is used to store the correct indexes for the each user account, and we assume that it communicates with the main server through the secure channel in an authenticated manner. The honeychecker executes the two commands sent by the main server, sets is CI and UI. CI said this is the correct password index for the UI user. Then checks whether the CI is the real index for this user is equal to the given J is which is the hash password. If it is if if it is right, then it will proceed further. Otherwise, it will notify the system a Honeywords situation implementation. So this is the admin side page. The main role of admin is to upload a fake files and see all the activities of real user as well as a fake user. So this is the login page of admin. Admin can log in with his username and passwords. He can upload fake files also. So here admin can view list of all users and can have a look on all the details and the activities of the users. Here also admin can keep an eye on the user's uploaded file. Admin can see all the user activity with the date and time. So this is the user side. Once the registration is done, then the user can directly access his account by logging with his username and the passwords. So here the user can upload any file that he has been working on. So user once login at his home page can upload any file that has been working on and can be visible only him. So for the security reason, once the file is prepared, the user should upload that file in database so that when the file is required, he can download it from this page using his key with a different from the file to file, which is differs from file to file. To download the file first, the user has to use his actual username and password so that he can get the key for every single file that has been uploaded by him. So this is the hacker page. Hacker page. If the hacker try to hack the user's account, then after 3 attempts, the hacker can get into a fake account which has been created by admin and get instant alert message to admin that someone tried to access with a particular user account. So this is the fake files which has been uploaded by the admin, which creates an illusion to hacker believing that he is using a user's real account. And the last is the conclusion. Here we have proposed the security of the Honeywords system. So this system helps to the admin. Admin get instant alert when some hacker try to access any user's account. Also, hacker will see the list of decoy files in the system. So he feels that he have hacked the account. We have compared the proposed model with the other methods with respect to the DOS resistance, flatness and storage cost and the usability property. The system confusing the attacker with the fake information. This protects against the misuse of the user's real data. We propose a completely different approach to securing the cloud using decoy information technology that we have to call fog computing. Thank you.